Hey guys, it's the Screen Team. We're back with Justin, and we're getting ready to review a horror movie for you called Freddy vs. Jason. Before we get into that, I want to remind you that you can check out the Screen Team everywhere. We're on social media. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We got our own YouTube page. Check out our official website, too, at screenteampb.com. And Justin, you talked about horror. You love the horror genre. And we're getting ready to review an interesting film. It's called Freddy vs. Jason. And in this film, we've got two of the most iconic horror villains of all time. Who do we have?
We have Freddy and Jason.
Now, do you have a favorite? Are you Team Freddy or are you Team Jason?
I'm going to have to go with Jason on this one.
Why is that?
It seems like, to me, he can never die. And that's what I love about him.
Yeah.
And even though that he was tormented as a kid, with the situation of drowning, I just like how he embraces it and goes back into the water.
Yeah.
And so I like that about him. And what I also like is that when people try to get him and persuade him, it's like he's not that type of person. He sees right through it.
Sure.
And he'll just go right after you, no matter if you're the good person or the bad person.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got this film. In this film, we are following a group of young teenagers like we do with pretty much any horror film. And for some reason in this film, these two iconic beings come together. And are they on the same team, or they have their own kind of agendas? Are they fighting against each other, or are they just fighting to try to kill the kids first?
I think that they are trying to work together and, get the teens on Elm Street, but at the same time get closer to one another, so where they battle it out and, settle their differences. But at the same time, the kids are they realize at a certain point that Freddy is using them to get to Jason.
Yeah.
And at one point, they are, trying to gather them together in one dream, and that is I think the most iconic point in the story.
Sure. So. When did you get into these movies? I mean, you're 19 right now, man. When did you start watching these kind of movies?
I think it happened when I was about maybe 9 or 10.
What is your problem, man? When I was 9 or 10, I couldn't even look at the posters. I'd be like, "Oh my God, there's Freddy!" So I mean, you got something in the DNA that's you're attracted to these kind of movies, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about the violence in the film. Let's talk about the scares in this film. Do the scares work in Freddy vs. Jason?
Or
were they just too predictable for you?
For me, for the first time looking at it, I wouldn't know which were the scary parts. But as I went through the film and watched it over and over, I still get a little scared at points, especially the slashing and the just the part where in the cornfield, and he
throws
his sword. Well, I wouldn't say it's sword, but
machete.
Machete, yes, where he would throw it and it's lit in a flame and it goes to his back. I think the first time I saw that, I think I jumped a little bit.
Sure.
And that's what really caught me. Is okay, Jason's not playing.
He is not playing.
He's not playing anymore.
That's right, man.
And he was I didn't think it came to that point where it would be that bad.
Yeah.
But I think that's where I started liking horror movies. When I think this one was one of the most favorites that I hold genuinely, because it actually started me into the horror section.
So let me ask you, you saw this recently, right?
Yes.
This movie came out, I think, 10 or so years ago. Does it still hold up today? Do you still get enjoyment out of it, I guess is what I'm asking.
Yes, I do get enjoyment, but I don't think it holds up to the others that they made, the sequels and stuff. So.
Sure. So let me ask you, if some executive over in Hollywood's you know what if we did a Freddy versus Jason with Mike Myers and Leatherface? Would you be on board for that? All four iconic guys together.
Man, that is the movie I would want to see.
Yeah.
And I would try to see, okay, are they going to team up? Are they going to go separate ways and try to, maneuver and come back and try to kill one another? What are they going to do? You know, but that, I think that would be the all-time greatest horror movies and to have to end on.
Sure. That was my idea, by the way. So if anybody makes that happen, I'd like my 10%, please. And we'll put Justin in the film as well.
Yes.
Like if you were, let me ask you, man, if you were in a horror film, what part would you want to play?
I would want to play the person that lives. I wouldn't want to play
Good
the person.
answer.
I wouldn't want to play the person that, you know, that get killed like either first or second.
Right.
I would want to be the person that lives to, you know, be like, okay, I lived. I want to be in the sequel if they have one.
Smart man here. Smart man. Justin, let me ask you one more before you go. Let's see here. If you're a fan of horror, are you going to like Freddy versus Jason?
Oh, yeah.
For people who are listening right now, if they're like, they haven't seen it, but they're like, should I give this a chance? Do you think they should?
Oh, they should definitely give it a chance. You know, because you should have an open mind to what horror movies you see. And, you know, there are some kind of dumb horror movies that they, you know, like, what were they thinking type horror movies. Like,
sure.
You shouldn't have made it like it's too predictable. But this one, I actually would recommend this, you know, for young viewers, older viewers, my age type viewers. I would recommend it to everybody who would, like, want to have a taste of a horror movie and see what it's all about. You should go see Freddy vs. Jason. You
heard the man. Freddy vs. Jason, you can find it on DVD and also on digital. Justin's going to be back. He's got one more. We're going right back into the Fast and Furious franchise. What's it called? Too Fast, Too Furious?
Yes, sir. Too Fast, Too Furious.
We'll do that next right here on the Screen Team.